What's good, No Revving fam? Today we're bringing you another DIY. This time we're going to be doing a, what are we doing?
Well, Eddie over there, he just bought a 2002 C32 AMG, and we're going to be upgrading the intercooler, the intercooler pump, the headers, and spark plugs.
Oh, God, yeah. So I think we're going to wait just a little bit before we start it, but yeah, we're doing all that stuff. So hopefully that should yield some more power, and then after we do that, eventually you're going to do what? Take a Eurocharged?
Yeah, and swap the pulley.
And
but
do
we're
we
not
know
doing
how
that
much?
job.
Oh, okay.
It should be around 330, 340 to the wheel.
Sweet.
We're going to start by draining all the coolant in it, because it looks like they just have some regular universal O'Reilly coolant in there. And then we're going to take the front bumper off so we have access to the heat exchanger. So you pop out all the little plastic push pins, and there's a T25 bolt right here. You just take that bolt out. And then there's a bracket that holds the bumper and the fender together. You wiggle that out. This is what it looks like. So sandwiched on there, you gotta kind of pry it out and pop it off. And then that's what gives the bumper access to give. So the next thing you do, you gotta, there's a bolt hidden behind this, and it has 3 plastic clips on the edges. You gotta be very careful with them because they break. And then you pop it out, and these are the plastic clips. And on each side, there's an 8mm bolt holding in the bumper. So the next step is you take these 2 8mm bolts off each side of the bumper. I've already loosened them, and now the bumper's ready to come off. In order to drain the coolant, there's this little red drain plug right here. Just unscrew that and all the fluid will come out. Alright, so on this side of the intercooler, you need to find something to stick in here to release the tab to pull it out, because if not, you'll break this top portion like I did. I just grabbed a little pin and push it in here. There's a little release tab, and then it'll allow it to come out, because if you try to go through the top, you'll break the tab. So what I did was I pried a little flathead to push it up, and now you should be able to slide it backwards. And we're free. Pull this hose clamp back. Pull this off. Let all the fluid drain out of it. Everything out now. Gravity bleed, baby.
What's the spring for?
No clue.
Okay. So what makes this one better than the other one?
I don't know.
Okay. So our boy Brody says,
I'm not sure what to do with my hands.
It'd be good just to hold them down by your side. Yeah, great.
Yeah. Plastic tanks on the side, when they get too hot and they get brittle and this kind of shit happens, or stuff, sorry. And also this is going to be lighter, it's going to be more durable, it's made better, just stuff like that. So,
the more you know.
We haven't even mounted it yet, so this is, I don't think this is record worthy right now, because we don't even have it planned.
So we're going to try to reuse this.
It's called a scoop?
Air
Something, this air thing, and hopefully if we find a way to use it. It's technically it's bigger, but it doesn't fit in both sides. So we're going to see if we can rig it.
So this is the intercooler pump. There's nothing wrong with this one, but Mercedes updated the part number. So I'm actually putting an intercooler pump from an E55 AMG, and it pumps more coolant, keeps it cooler. There's just a 10mm at the bottom, and that's it. And it comes off, and you just disconnect all the hoses and connectors associated with it. Pretty straightforward. For this, you don't need to take the bumper off, though. You could just go through the splash guard, but since we have the bumper off, it's just convenient to reach through. So on this, you slide this off. Take this mounted part off. Slide this on the new part. And it's ready to go back on the car. when you put it on, there's a little slit right here. You gotta make sure you go straight into it. Oh, is this?
Probably tighten that up, huh?
So I feel like it's been done before. That's why the coolant's aftermarket.
Yeah, makes sense. How many miles is on it?
145. Make sure you get in this little slot right here first. After installing the new part, I looked at the old one. I realized that it's already been upgraded before. I guess the previous owner took care of it. Because the original part number on the C32 ends in 02, and for the E55s it ends in 03. But the updated part number is 010, and this one's already been upgraded at one point. So that explains the cheap O'Reilly coolant that they put in it.
So is that a thing that happens a lot as people upgrade to the...
Well, you can't even buy the part number 02 anymore.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, you know, if you have 02, that just means it's the original pump. All cars get the upgraded pump. So hopefully everything went well, but we just lined it up. We drilled a hole and put a bolt in it on both sides to hold it up. You use any size drill, any size bolt, just as long as it holds. There's nothing official. That's just the way I chose to do it. Alright, so we already popped the engine cover off. You just pull it off. Now we had to take out the intake.
Why are we doing this?
To get access to the exhaust manifold.
Because?
We're doing headed.
Ah, okay. Alright. Go ahead.
Alright. So all you do is pull off this snorkel. And there's this mounting part. You just pull it off. There's no bolts associated with it. Same for this side. And on this part, goes on the throttle body. You just pry this up. Just wiggle it out. And hold and takes it out. Alright, so this is the coil pack. So it'll have a T30 bolt inside of it. Just take the bolt off, disconnect the wiring harness, and unplug them from the spark plugs, and it comes straight out. You don't need to take all the spark plug wires off the spark plugs, but it gives you a lot more access if you take out the coils and the spark plug wires. I was able to access 5 out of 6 bolts from the top. On the last one, you had to drop the whole exhaust to reach access to the last one on the exhaust manifold. And then it's ready to come out. Look at the holes.
God damn, girl.
Oh yeah, it's much larger.
This is way thicker on the aftermarket header. And because of that, there's not enough threads on the studs to put the nuts on. But luckily we ordered some aftermarket studs from Needs Wings.
You sound real sure about yourself.
Huh?
You sound real sure.
I don't know if I ordered from Needs Wings.
Oh, okay.
So.
Alright. We got that part.
I'm like 90% sure though.
Okay. Good situation.
I'm trying to get this stud out because the stud remover tool didn't work.
So I have a wrench on the second nut because we have 2 nuts collapsed against each other, and because we can't see what we're doing, this is just a lot easier. But I'm sticking a wrench on the second nut and then tightening the first nut onto the wrench so that there's tension, and then we're just slowly spinning it out. So here's what I was talking about. So we have these 2 nuts against each other so that you can spin the first one and it'll spin the thread out. And because this one wouldn't spin, we would stick the ratchet on there, zip that one down, and then turn it.